What's up, guys? Todd, JT Training. You see the kettlebells here. A lot of people do kettlebell exercises, but a lot of people do it incorrectly. So today we're going to go over a lot of the basics on how you do the appropriate kettlebell swing, as well as the muscles that we want you to focus and the way we want you to target it. So with the kettlebell, we have all kinds of different weights and varieties and sizes here at JT Training. One of the things people mess up all the time is even just picking up the kettlebell to get your exercise started. So Clay, you're a personal trainer here at JT Training. Show me some of the bad stuff that you've seen people do. Boom, they bend over and try to do it one-handed or unbalanced. Or B, they round their back and put all that strain on the low back. So we're gonna start real basic here. When you pick up a kettlebell, I don't care what exercise you're doing, you need to approach the kettlebell correctly and pick it up correctly. So what Clay's demoing now is the correct way. Squat down, feet wide, shoulders square, pick it up just like you're doing a deadlift. So today he's just grabbing a kettlebell, and what I'm gonna start with is what I call a start-stop swing. So go ahead and set the kettlebell down, Clay, in front of you. So if you can see here, this is a good start position. The kettlebell should be about 1 foot to 2 feet in front of him. His butt should be low, his back should be straight, and he's leaning forward and grabbing the kettlebell. So go ahead and let go of that kettlebell, Clay. Stand up. So start with your kettlebell in front of you for this start-stop swing. What you're going to do is go ahead and just reach forward, stick the butt back, grab it. So what I want you to do, Clay, is basically hike the football is the term I use a lot. So when people are starting in this position, you want to be down low, you want to hike the football, do one swing, then recoil it a little bit and set it back down in front of you just like that. Snap, explode, down, and set it down. Boom. Stand up. So this, I like using this, and you guys should practice this just to get in the start position of the kettlebell swing, especially if your low back is hurting while you're doing the swing, because you're probably doing it incorrectly and overcompensating with the back muscles rather than the glute and hamstrings, which is where we want you to focus. So let's go ahead and do like 2 or 3 start-stop. So again, good placement, explode, drive it back, drive it up through the hips, absorb it, set it down, and stand up, and go ahead and go again. Explode, explode. So it's a double explosion. You want to forcefully with the upper body drive the kettlebell back towards your butt basically. Then you're gonna, as you're in that position, you're gonna load those glutes and hamstrings and explode straight forward so that the kettlebell explosively goes in front of you. So go ahead, let's go ahead and demo about 3 or 4 good reps here, and then I'll kind of break it down. Explode, drive. Notice how his chest is going down in the start of each one. Boom, explode. So now let's go ahead and put them together. Once you get going, give me about 3 or 4 reps. Pop. Drive the hips back, drive. So dip the chest, drive. Dip the chest, drive. So when he goes back, he's loading the glutes and hamstrings, the posterior chain muscles. Then he's driving forcefully with those muscles forward. So go ahead and set it down. So what you'll notice, I'm just gonna grab a lighter kettlebell here and I'm gonna have Clay hold it. So when he's driving, pretend you drove that up and out, the kettlebell, go ahead and hold it there. So if we could freeze frame him right there, the kettlebell should be going away. We want that motion coming through his hips, driving through his hamstrings and glutes, that if he let go of that kettlebell at the top, it should fly away about 5 to 10 feet. What a lot of people do is at the top of their movement, I see this. I know as a trainer, they're doing it incorrectly, and I know they're gonna feel it in their back. The reason I know that is right here, what they're doing is they're pulling through these deltoids, they're pulling up with the arms, and all the strain is going right on the low back. So if you ever see somebody doing a kettlebell swing and that kettlebell is not exploding away from them like this, they're not doing it correctly. The other thing, a lot of people think they have to get the kettlebell up high. It's not about getting it to a particular height. Literally, if Clay's doing this kettlebell swing and it only comes to right here, snap it forward, that's good as long as the kettlebell is going away. See how that lighter kettlebell is exploding away from him? That's exactly what I want. So in teaching this and in learning how to do the exercise correctly, it's not about getting it as high as you can. It's about exploding through those glutes and hamstrings away with whatever your range of motion naturally allows. What I tell our clients at JT Training here is the more forcefully you drive it back, the recoil, and the more forcefully you drive the hips, yeah, it's gonna go higher. But if you don't have a whole lot of power generation from your hip hinge, it's not gonna go super high, and that's okay. Go with whatever the range of motion naturally allows for you, but the thing you want to do is not pull with the upper body. A lot of people think, oh, this is an upper body exercise. No, we can use the kettlebells toward pretty much every muscle in the body. However, today we're focusing on doing the basic swing to work the glutes and the hamstring complex. So again, you don't want any lift going through the upper body. So let's go ahead and set that one down. Go ahead and just do a few more reps. Clay. So again, as he explodes back, it's a forceful explosion and then drive through the hips. Boom, boom. So dip that chest just a hair more. Boom. Drive it up, boom. So the other thing I want you to pay attention to is knees. Notice how they're not bending a lot, they're just bending a little bit. Go ahead and set it down, rest, good job. So as he's doing that kettlebell swing, he's not squatting down like doing a deadlift. What he's doing is doing more of an RDL movement. So go ahead and turn sideways, face me. Go ahead and face me. There, just do like an RDL movement, like you're hinging your butt back. Down, slow control. There's more of the movement, but again, I don't want his hands coming out. The hands are going back as the kettlebell goes back. So what he's doing is he's loading that glute and hamstring complex, then he's driving through it. A lot of people do what I call the squat swing. And it's not that the squat swing is bad, it's just not doing what the exercise is designed to do. So go ahead and grab the kettlebell. You know what I'm talking about with the squat swing, right? So with the squat swing, he hikes it back, but then they're kind of doing a body weight squat and then exploding. Again, it's not terrible, but it's not what we're designed to do with the kettlebell swing, which is working on the posterior chain. We're still working those two muscles, but we're also adding a lot of quad activation. Plus, when people do that, that's when they get in the habit of wanting to add the upper body. We don't want a whole lot of that upper body movement, so again, focusing on that posterior chain. So we tell some of our people, if you have bad backs and that feels more comfortable and more natural for you, that is fine. Go ahead and do it, but realize we're not getting the same effect from the glutes and hamstrings. So what we want to do is teach you to think of more RDL. So it's hiking the football. Once you get it going, think of an RDL, hinging the hips and exploding through them. So let's just finish with a couple more good reps here, Clay, and then we'll wrap this up. Explode. Explode through the hips. So again, chest dip, drive through the hips. Chest dip, drive through the hips. Good job. So you can see it's a power and explosive exercise with the posterior chain. We're gonna work on strength and power in those muscles, but it's also an awesome conditioning exercise. There's been research studies showing doing kettlebell swings for like 60 seconds burns tons of calories. I've even read research where 60 seconds of a kettlebell swing can burn 20 calories per minute. So if you want to blast some calories, have one kettlebell laying around, perfect this form, you can get an awesome workout with just this one piece of equipment, or we can build it into the workout like we do here at JT Training, where you're going to work strength, power, or whatever we're working on for that day. So if you have any questions, please let me know below. Direct message me if I can help you out in any way, shape, or form, and you want to get in any of our programs at JT Training, go ahead and visit jttraining.org and we'll hook you up with an awesome workout. Have an awesome weekend. I am out.